Hey everybody, Andy here with a short update, and I'm sure many of you are aware about the website being down for a few days. Apologize, I don't go to the site hardly at all anymore, but only when I typically post something, which I haven't posted since July 16th, I believe was our last video. Anyway, the site was down. It's an error. The WillardENT.com website is an add-on site under a different domain, and what happened a little over a month ago, was that I was switching it over to be under a different primary domain, and they didn't get it done, even though they extended that site that no longer exists for a month, and it didn't get changed over. It's a very big lack of communication, and I found out about the lack of communication after the 21st. So on the 26th or 27th is when I figured out what was going on. So hopefully we've got all that resolved, and there'll be no more issues with downtime on the site. I mean, it's not really being used for anything anyway, other than somebody wanting to see the latest chart, which I'll get into in a second as to why that won't be there. But we'll suffice to say that the site is not updated constantly, just like these videos are not put out constantly. I get so many asking for updates, and I don't know how else to explain it. I've explained it many times in the past that I will update you when there is something to update you about. The site being down for a few days is not something that to me prompts a video. I could be wrong, but we do have a little bit of information, and I'm going to go ahead and bring that to you because people evidently just have to hear from me every so often. I get it, but I'm not going to put out a video just to put out a video to waste everybody's time. People have better things to do. I will be getting into something else that I'm going to start doing just kind of for fun. But anyway, we'll try to stick to this. I mentioned that the chart would no longer be there. The chart as you see it doesn't exist anymore. Our account was where we could go in to our stock exchange account was through Tata Wallet, something like, I don't know how to say it correctly, but that's where we got our chart, and it's no longer up for me. They're forcing us to, not giving us the option, but they're forcing us to go to a program to where we can trade, do live trades, things like that. But their new system, and where Tata Wallet was like $10 a year, this one is $20 a month, and it just kind of just chaps me that they are, to me, they're just raping foreign investors. Because you bet that people in Iraq who have accounts aren't paying 27,000 dinar a month for access to trade stocks. So I feel like they're taking advantage of foreign investors. Whether that's true or not, I have no idea. But I haven't gotten answers as to whether, when we traded through under the Tata Wallet, if I sent in a buy order, they charged me 1% as a commission. So if I bought a million shares, I was charged 10,000 shares to execute that trade. So to me, something just didn't, it still seemed high, but for the funds that we were investing, everything seemed to balance out. I mean, we're way ahead right now. But now they're going to charge you $20 a month and still charge the 1%. Then that to me is just outright crooked. But we have no choice. So we're going to do what's required of us. I cannot like it and still do it. But they are learning how I don't like to be taken as a consumer. Uh, just I'm just beyond sick of the greed. You know, I just greed just is one of my big peeves. Anyway, but we will get the new system. I don't know exactly when it's all going to get set up and everything is going to take place, but I don't know what it's going to look like, but what you see now on the website will be different. I did get notified Monday. Think Monday, Sunday or Sunday, I believe. We got our uh, Asia sale dividends, 138 million dinar, roughly. And once I get the site straightened out, or not the site, the trading account, and once I'm able to use it, we will be bumping our Asia sale back to 150 million. I'm going to buy at least it's just under 12 million that I need to purchase, and I want to get us to that 150 million level. A couple of other stocks that our brokers have talked about that are a good buy right now. I'm going to work on those if they're still a good buy by the time I get everything set up. So we may add a stock or two to our portfolio. We are waiting on dividends from Bank of Baghdad and Iraqi beverage. Just sent in, I can't remember when I sent in the Bank of Baghdad, it's been a little while, but the Iraqi beverage just sent in this week, maybe in the end of last week, but anyway, in the last couple of days, the last few days. And we're going to wait on those dividends. They've been decent, and we will also check to see if we can add on to our IBSD, which is Iraqi beverage. We'll see if we can add on to those as well. But bear in mind that out of so we've got 138 million plus we got the dividends from the other two. We already had 18 million dinar in the account, so we should have, somewhere close, I would think 200 million dinar that we can make a purchase with, or just leave it sit there. I still want to leave a little chunk sitting there so that when this finally does take place, we're able to draw back and make a distribution relatively quick. I don't want to give a time frame. I don't want to give any more than that, other than to say we will have funds available once the dinar does change value. We'll have some funds to pull out. And that's pretty much it, I think, as far as Woolard Enterprises and the stocks and all that go. Told you about Tadawalati. I did look at it before I lost access to it, and I think the last update there was about 2.3 billion, 2.2 something billion dinar in value in the entire thing. When I saw it, it was 2.7 something, and I didn't grab a screenshot. I was going to go back and do an updated video, and that's when I found out everything else had gone wrong. So, but it was 2.7 something billion dinar, meaning we've grown, between 15 and 20%, I believe. Anyway, once I get access to the new site, I'll be able to give you more in-depth information, and I will do that hopefully in the next week or so. I don't know, if y'all haven't figured out by now, Iraq is painfully slow at everything that they do, and we have no choice but to bide our time, be patient, and wait for them, just like we're doing with the increase in the value. So many people constantly want to know what I think. I've been wrong every time I've tried to guess something. I don't know what it's going to take, when they're going to finally pull the trigger. I can only speculate like many of you do. A lot of you listen to lots of different people and you get ideas and you ask me about them. I don't care what other people think. I really don't. Uh, but the news and the articles that are coming out, there's something, and I don't know exactly what that catalyst is, but it's in the works, and we're going to have this blessing pour out on us at some point. I think in the near future. We've thought it for some time. I've held Dinar more than 11 years now, and never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd be waiting this long. But if anything, it's teaching us patience, and we're just going to do what we have to do until that time comes. On the updates and people requesting updates, I will update you when something happens. Okay, I've made this promise many, many, many times, and some of you still aren't patient enough to wait for it. And so, I'm going to just start ignoring the emails when you want to know the status of your account. No account has changed. Nobody's account goes up. Nobody's account goes down. You've invested $100 a block, and that's where your account sits until there is a change in the value of the dinar. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't know how else to get through to some of the people that constantly need to be updated on the account status. It boggles me. But either way, uh, even if you don't hear from me for a month, I'm not going anywhere. Your funds are still there. Your funds aren't going anywhere. We're waiting on a change in the rate. So you have to wait with the rest of us. And every week or two, and it's very, very few of you, but those that need to constantly be told what their account value is, I'm just going to start ignoring. If that ticks you off and you want to get out, I'll be happy to sell your blocks. But I'm not going to keep addressing the same issue with the same people over and over. And I think probably what I'll do is let you know, hey, this is it. And if I haven't already, then I'm trying to be really nice about it and just say enough is enough. You know who you are. So just yeah, I mean, I talk to many of you. I enjoy talking to you. I enjoy getting news from you. But there are some things that have gone beyond. So I'm gonna have to let you know that you've gone beyond, and we'll deal with it from there. But other than that, uh, we're in a holding pattern. We're waiting, and hopefully something breaks soon. In the meantime, we will try to increase our holdings some, but we'll also be holding a little bit of a reserve so that we can make a distribution as quickly as possible as this thing happens. All right, so that's it for now. As I say in every video, should something come up, I'll let you know, and we'll go from there. Until then, y'all have a great day. Talk to you soon.